just going to give myself... Hello, good afternoon, good morning and good evening, no matter in the world where you are. You are watching the Greyhawk channel, possibly Twitch's only Greyhawk specifically D&D channel. I am your DM this afternoon or evening or morning, depending where in the world you are. DM Gloss and Gadgets, also known as Leonie. And here are my players for today. You'll notice that there is an animated GIF running of Khan that I whipped up a while ago, of her great facial expressions. I don't know where she is. I'm sure she'll let us know soon. But before we get stuck in with who everybody is, what they're up to, because I forgot to let them do goodbyes last time, so I said I'll let them have extra time in the beginning. We just want to thank some people. So firstly, special thanks to all our patron supporters, all our Twitch subscribers. Without you, none of this would be possible. You help run the Greyhawk machine, and if you like what people do on here and want it to continue, especially into our autumn season, which is coming up very soon. Summer is ending just around the corner, or because I'm a Brit, we only get 2 weeks of it, and so I'm negative like that. Keep doing it. So we'd like to thank you for that. Of course, it's also really good to note that we are powered by Roll20.com, the world's largest leading virtual tabletop supplier, which you can try out for free on Roll20.net. So all you got to do is sign up, and then you can have a go, and then you pretty much can play D&D anywhere in the world. We'd also like to thank our friends at Heroic Maps, who are our official battle map sponsor, and you can get all their wonderful goodies on Drive-Thru RPG. Also, join our Discord, because we have a Discord now, and it's awesome, and loads of interesting stuff happens in there, including discount codes for cantrip candles and something else that I have forgotten. I don't have my notes with me on the thanks today. But thank you to those. So you go to the Discord, Heavenly will sort you out. She'll put you in the right channels, And yeah. So let's quickly go around the board. We'll start with on the right with Bash. Tell us who you are, anything you'd like to shout out because I didn't let you last time. Off you go. Don't forget to unmute.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rand, and I'm playing Bashira Kavakan, the Dragonborn Paladin of Ancients, here in this never-ending slew of orcs and murderous cultists. I don't really have like that big of an online presence, so shelve the books on Twitter. You can catch up on me ranting about things if you want. But if you are looking for quality Twitch content, please visit my friends Rose Artemis and Randomly Generated, Jenn. And just check them out because they're good folks and they are highly entertaining.
Excellent. Arafo, you are next.
Hey everyone, konbanwa, konnichiwa, and ohayo wherever you are in the world. This is John over in Japan, and I am Phoenix Iwaki on Twitter. And I am not in anything else except this lovely game right here, and I'm ready to go.
Excellent. Ready to go. And last but not least, Diverse.
Hey everyone, my name's Mike. I play Diverse here on the stream, but I also play Diverse in my own campaign, which I DM called Legends Die Live. You can find us at Twitter at that same handle and Friday nights on Twitch.
There we go. There we go. I didn't forget, and I'll let you do another one at the end, and then we'll be even, right? Right? So, a quick recap on the last time we played Shadow of Vecna. The party successful. I say last time. Let's just cover in general what's going on. The party successfully saved the guards from being poisoned. At this present moment in time, they seem to be holding their wall. They seem to be holding their all against the orc invasion on the walls. That's what I wanted to say. The party wanted to go stop the assassination attempt in the Mage Tower, but on their way out, they were accosted by a brothel worker. His family had disappeared into the night, but this wasn't the only disappearance. No, some of her neighbours and others in the dock wards had also gone missing. They went to each house and investigated, finding the same thing. The dishevelled houses, looking like people were stripped out of their beds, the melted locks on the door. And that was all. It wasn't until they spoke to a houseless person that they discovered that the Cult of Pleasures was involved and these people had been taken. Well, where else do you find a Cult of Pleasure than in the House of Pleasure, a brothel itself? They turned up to see it in chaos. Servants, slaves, the madam, workers were all rushing around trying to protect their goods and equity from the impending orc invasion. The party spoke to the madam, who seemed, I wouldn't say flustered, but like she just didn't have time to deal with them right now. And only when pressed did she eventually give in and say, let me just deal with what's going on here and I'll come speak to you. They were led to a lavish sitting room filled with food and incense that drugged a couple of our party members. Plush cushions for them to get nice and comfortable on. And they waited. And they waited. And then they waited some more. And just as Bash, our lovely dragonborn mother, was ready to go smack some people and demand some answers, a sensual yet sinister voice came from the corner of the room. It was Graz. the Prince of Pleasure himself, come to talk to the party, appeal to their good nature, offer them aid. He questioned why they wanted to save such a corrupt city. And of course, to stay out of his way in his little playground, as so he put it. It looked like Khan was being swayed by him. In all her life, she had never seen anyone that looked like her. But one by one, each party member took her aside and told her the truth. She managed to quash down these feelings. Saddened, Gratz left, but with a warning. Who knows if the party will see him again. Once Gratz left, several thugs came into the room, which were also quickly dispatched by our party. They didn't do a very good job with their thuggery. They got some information out of one of the thugs who just wanted to feed her family. That was what she was being paid for. And outside, one of the sex workers told them that perhaps they should go look at the largest warehouse in town, for that's where the special requests go. Diveris knows the location of this because earlier he was flying around town, keeping an eye on everything, trying to scout out, see if he could find any clues from the air. And it is there, as you are leaving the brothel, we pick up our session.
Right. Diveris, lead the way. I don't really ever say that, so I'm not used to it. But feel free, my emaciated friend, to lead us towards this warehouse.
And so Diveris steps up to the front of the group and starts leading you down the street, his hunched over spine, his hands kind of dangling like dead spiders, and just a cloud of smoke perpetually like covering his face. This way, moving perhaps a bit slower than you're used to. Come on now, hurry up.
And
Are you still in just a loincloth?
Nah, I think I would have dropped it. I'm in my wizard robes, pale, gaunt features. Bash, Khan.
Just a loincloth flying above us would have been the terrifying thing. Okay.
Like Bash is so used to being in the lead that every once in a while, her like clawed feet will like hit Diverse's heels as she's like trying to. She just can't. You're very slow for her. She's like determined pace. So wow, that awkward thing where you step on something, you're like, sorry.
Would you mind?
I'm going to quickly roll, if I may, GM, a wisdom saving throw as to whether or not to hold Bash back by the tail.
Okay. You know what, Bash? You can set your own DC for that.
You're asking if it's wise to touch Bash's tail? Is that what you're asking?
I know it's not. I know it's not wise. It's like whether I resist the temptation.
Oh, okay. Well, of what Bash knows about Aerofor, your DC is 10. Okay. Because you'll do it. You'll just do it. Is what is going to happen.
That is a natural one.
Wow. All right. The fates conspired to save you.
Although no, I think failing it is doing it, isn't it?
Oh, doing it. Okay, all right.
Yes, failing. Yes, 10 would be to make it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I was trying to resist the temptation.
Yeah.
Bevan. Sorry.
So not only do you touch the tail, you completely wrap yourself around it.
At this point, Diveris turns around. Really? We just left the House of Pleasures. I see it's rubbed off on you.
And so, to make this clear, Air Force is trying to slow Bash down so that I don't keep stepping on Diveris, correct? That is the plan, or are you just trying to get a free ride.
Oh,
I
I
love you guys.
was very very winded after that fight with the bandit. The thugs.
So-
Sorry.
How I want to know, because I feel like this is not the first time that you've done this, right? How often have you touched Bash's tail? Like, is it a common occurrence or not?
I would say it's probably an even split between teasing you, saving you from stepping in something, and just idle curiosity.
Okay, all right,
So fairly
So-
often, probably.
right, all right. And let's see, how much do you weigh? Like
Hardly
40
anything, I think.
pounds? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you grab Bash's tail and sort of like tug on it a little bit, and you
45.
okay, and so you like wrap yourself around the tail to slow her down, and Bash just kind of like lifts you up and will continue walking at the same pace with you kind of just like stuck on the tail. She's not going to say anything, she's not going to do anything. You're just hung there until you let go. So yeah.
Okay, I give up. It's not working. Look, Bash, come on. We've got to let Diverse go on the lead here. Look, remember, she said that this place is surrounded by buildings on ground level. We can't find it without him showing us the way.
I understand, but he's just slow. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can barely keep up.
Diverse, you the drive at which you walk, it harkens back to the first time I found you in the forest, lost and bewildered. You seem confused. Isn't this where you're supposed to be in your element? I don't understand. It's cobblestones underneath your feet and bread smells, whatever, death across the way. I don't know.
Looky here, Bashira. The faster you go, the less you see.
Maybe if you're half blind like you, old person. Let's go. And Bash is like way older than you. Actually, you're an elf, so how old are you?
250 years.
Okay, damn. You are older than. All right, that's cool. Man. All right, fine. So Bash can actually treat you like she's a teenager, and you're the.
Come on, everyone. Back alleys are my favorite terrain.
I'm Adafol, so yeah, I'm much younger than both of you.
Yeah. All right. So I think
eventually
Bash
lead you guys to the warehouse.
cool, and I think Bash does slow down to not step on you the whole way.
So just to let you know, it's coming up to... It's just gotten about 9 o'clock in the morning. Just to let you know. And you get to the warehouse. It seems unguarded. But the big doors, sliding doors, almost barn-like, are closed. If anyone wants to listen in, you hear no sound of movement inside either.
Sure would be nice if we had somebody who was really stealthy to check stuff out.
Are there windows?
There are not windows into this warehouse. Like, as I said, it's more like a barn.
So, yeah, I mean, how are you doing, Diverse? Or, yeah, how is Diverse doing with spell slots for invisibility and stuff?
Pretty good.
Okay. Arafor, are you... Because Bash is not sneaky, and Bash also wears chainmail. So it's not a good idea for them to try and, like, scout. What about Arafor? I obviously Karn is ideal, but I don't want a DMPC.
I mean,
Karn.
I'm not awful, and it's not my best thing, but I'm not too bad. And can I, GM, can I put Blessing of the Trickster on myself? Maybe not.
I will allow it. because we're calmed down. Yeah, sure.
Oh no, no, actually, it very literally says you can touch a willing creature other than yourself.
Oh, okay, never mind then. No, I do not allow it. It is forbidden.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And Diveris, you're terrible at sneaking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
-1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm quite good at sneaking out in the open, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Bash is good at too, and not sneaking so much as charging forward into things.
Yeah,
So let's
I'm little. I could get in there and have a look around.
let's. Can I do an investigation just around to see if there's anything obvious? Because I'm not good at this, but I don't want to send Airfor in without at least scouting a little bit.
So you can. So if you want to like do a perception check for general, does it seem
Yeah.
clear? If you want to specifically focus on a single thing, like find evidence of reason, then you can do an investigation. So what is it that
Okay.
you're particularly looking for?
I think Bash is more into the generalities because they're so much more used to the woods. So like looking at a barn and being like, are there signs of, I don't know, what is all this gross hay and poop everywhere? What is this? So anyway, oh wow, okay. 21 for perception.
Sorry, I thought I had my cats outside trilling. So you look around this large building. There's big sliding doors, which look bigger than anything should, really. Like, you could probably fit carriages, carts, wagons almost, that were piled up with hay easily through these doors. And you look around, it's quiet. It's seemingly abandoned. You know, it looks like out of disrepair, misuse, that kind of thing. There are no guards. You put your ear up against the wood again. You peek through a hole. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything. You smell the docks. You smell the dock ward.
Okay. I will also like to use divine sense as well,
Okay.
which
I'm just-
is
6 up to
Yep.
60 foot. I'm just quickly looking through the notes to see if they're... No, it's all clear.
okay. Diveris, is there any sort of magic presence? I don't see anything, and I don't sense anything evil.
That was going to be my question. Yeah. So it's not, there's no guards, so maybe it's guarded by other means.
If you give me 10 minutes, I can tell you.
Well, you do that. I'll try and look for a way in. Can I do an investigation to see if I can find
Yes.
specifically a good point of entry
A good point of entry for you or a good point of entry for everyone?
for me?
Okay.
Just a 9.
So those really big doors at the front are great for everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, big doors. I like front entrances. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Nice
It'd
and
be rude.
direct.
It'd be rude not to. Yeah, they went all the effort putting them in there.
Give a little knock. Bash will like watch out to see if we're attracting any attention as this like half elf does his weird ritual Mr. Burns dance. I don't know how he smoke.
It's just clouds of smoke that
Yeah.
swirl and spin. They gradually turn into like an eyeball and like a hand and like an ear, and they just like
Creepy.
Yeah.
and here's an example of the smoke.
Yeah. Whoa. Nice effects.
So yeah, it looks all clear. I mean, the way this is placed, it's so awkwardly placed in the middle of this dock ward, and it's really built up around. I mean, even though it has these massive doors, what cart, carriage, or wagon could get through these narrow alleyways? The buildings here have only been single or at least second floor. These are 5th 6. You know, they are so high, they're almost like you're in a labyrinth. You can see the sky, you can hear the sounds of war. And it's quiet, but there are still people on the streets just kind of milling about. They seem neither concerned of the battle going on outside, or you even.
Do we see any sewer entrances?
Yes, there are sewer entrances.
Okay.
And before I was interrupted, I was going to say, and even though you get all those smells, there is a smell of sewer.
It is. Bash, why is everyone so chill here? Like back in the main square, everyone was panicking and running to the temple.
And they must believe in the weapon that the mages have that will protect the town. It always has.
Airful brings up a good point.
With the guards on the wall and not immediately being attacked without guards, I feel like they just assume the mages are going to protect them now. I don't know. I've never lived here before, except for the last 4 blasted days we've been here. So,
Airful.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ask?
no, Air Force not gonna go asking. Bash like preemptively puts a hand on Air Force's shoulder, like Air Force not gonna ask. We're sticking together. We're getting out of here together now.
Well, there's a person right over there.
I get 3 steps before my legs are just like working in the air. It's still trying to walk forward, but just like lifted up.
Look, we have a number of options. 1, Airfall goes asks, and we go from there. 2, we go into the sewers. 3, I turn the 2 of you invisible, and I turn myself into one of those sexy madams from back there, and we just go right through the front door.
I kind of want to see Diveris.
I feel like
I prefer the first 2.
As the player outside of Bashir's brain, the sexy madam idea is the best one. Only because Diveris sexy madam into it.
I feel bringing it up really, kind of shows that you kind of want to do it.
No, I really don't. It's an act of desperation.
So Bash turns to Diveris and is like, well, let's stay on task here. We can ask somebody later if we need to. But right now, I feel like if you turn us both invisible and don your disguise, we should come into this warehouse and see what's actually going on. Because this is where the madam led us, and this is where we're going to find more clues to hopefully get out of here and maybe save these people. I don't know. That demon.
What about Karn?
Karn.
Maybe she can look out.
Yeah, either look out or you know what, Karn, you go ask people on the street what they think about everything and come back and report to us, okay? You're a people person.
I'm like poking her. It's like, come on, what have I told you? You've got to speak up, share your ideas.
And the GIF is doing the perfect reaction to that.
Yep.
Right now.
Sorry, I poked the wrong way. Look that way.
Yep. So, I, again, Bash and my ideas have aligned perfectly in that Diveris needs to be a sexy madam, and we will be invisible next to them. I'm sorry, I can't not do it. It's for the people.
Airful, thoughts?
After you, milady.
Just because I'm going to railroad, because for the hell of it, anything else you do apart from sexy madam is going to fail.
Vecna comes down. You cannot leave this alleyway without a disguise.
This is why Diveris doesn't lead. He just shuts up and follows.
But Diveris comes up with the best plans. I mean, come on.
So he exhales a large cloud of smoke and then kind of wraps you in it. And as the smoke leaves from around your body, you guys are now invisible. So that's my third spell slot. And then I will I will exhale the cloud of smoke and kind of shape it into a shapely madam, and I will step into it. And when I step out of it, I am now a shapely madam with a Mr. Burns posture. How do I look, boys?
I really think that we need to advocate for sex workers' rights to things like
Health
hospitalism.
insurance.
Yes, because look,
Yes.
you can figure out scoliosis a lot easier that way. I'm just saying it's important that everybody has health insurance. Okay,
Why do we always get into something political every session?
that's my fault.
I say
Come on,
political, but every time we're like, yes, workers' rights. Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm sorry.
You say
No.
political, and you say we.
The royal we, darling, the royal we.
I will walk up to the door, pretend like I'm gonna knock, and then just look back to where I presume Bash is.
Do it. Yep, go.
Can you do it for me? I might break myself.
So invisible chain mail wearing Bash sidles up, so it's like and just like bump bump, thunderous hammer against the wood of the giant door just to see if anyone opens it, because I assume
Diverse feels a small invisible hand like just touch up against his arm, and is like
Not what I thought you were going to say.
arm, and is like, you look beautiful. You've got this, and I will give him his D4 as I will bless him. Oh,
Excellent.
bless him.
Is that ability checks or?
Yes.
Okay. I will look down to where I presume Arafor is, just kind of like staring off towards the ground. You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
That's it. You got it. Okay.
Kind of like snaps his string from his tank top.
I just found out what one is, but I think you make a amazing courtesan.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'll tell you afterwards.
So you're having this conversation and waiting there. You know, Bash's big, strong, dragonborn mum arm hammering on the door. The big door rattles on it, the weird little wheels that slide along the grating, because that's how they work. And there's no answer. There's not even shuffling or whispers or anything.
I mean, Bash is not patient, and so
We know this.
when the group is talking about, hey, you got it, and nobody comes to the door, Bash just sort of like walks over and tries to open it on one of the sliding rollers. That is just like, meh.
Roll me a strength check, please, because this is a very big, heavy door.
Okay. Let me make sure that I have that. Yep. Okay. 16.
So you grab hold of the edge of this door, you start to pull. Slowly it moves before it gets going and it's open. Light floods the darkened warehouse.
Does everyone have dark vision? They do, right? Okay. Gnomes have dark vision?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. All right. So
Diverse will step in and just yell, "Hello! Is anybody in there?
In there!
Just not if you can hear me.
In there! Me!
Anyone at all?" Are those actual voices I'm hearing?
Yes, it's your own echoing back at you.
God, the sound of beauty. Come on in.
Dusky tones.
right, so Diverse is singing to themselves, and Bash. Well, yeah, just walk in, and again, we're gonna try and look around to see if there's any indication of this being a useful lead at all, or if it was just like a yeah, go to this warehouse, moron.
I will whisper to them, you all perhaps take a look around. I'll try and distract anything that might be here.
Okay.
Special delivery.
Yeah, nice.
I just keep walking forward.
Okay.
Better roll that performance check though. I feel.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh god, you guys crack me up every time. So you enter the warehouse. I'm not going to have you roll for it because this is going to become very obvious very quickly. It is abandoned. But where you would expect debris, dust, straw to lay settle, there are obvious footsteps, signs of disturbance. You also find cages in between crates, big enough for a person, but they are empty.
I think if their cult are making a move to get things rolling, we should quickly get rolling ourselves. And do the footsteps lead in a set direction? Is there like I'm trying to thinking. There's like a secret entrance below the warehouse. Below the warehouse.
So you
Do
have
they
a
all
look
go in?
around. So
Yeah.
you look at the footsteps. You know, some are just like walking around. You can see like footsteps of a guard pathway where someone was guarding between the cages. You don't see if they lead to any one place, but there is one corner of the warehouse that is pristine, completely undisturbed.
Diverse, is your detect magic still up? Is there anything going on over there?
DM, did I get to finish that
Yes,
earlier?
you did. You did.
Did I detect anything
No, you
within?
did not.
Okay. I've got nothing, I'm afraid.
Can I make my way over, being careful to walk where people have already walked, and there's everything's been disturbed. Can I head over to where that strange looking area is?
You certainly can.
Do I see anything as I get closer to it?
As you get, roll me an investigation check as you examine
Okay.
this area. Careful not to upset it.
21.
Very good. This place is so untouched, it looks artificial. So there are crates in the corner. It's heavily cobwebbed and there's dust and there's straw on the floor. There's even like a straw mat on the floor that, once again, dust heavily accumulates here. There's a table, a single cup, a chair upside down on the table. It's so undisturbed, it looks unnatural. Almost if someone was like, I'm going to paint an undisturbed area, how can I make this look undisturbed?
With my experience with illusions, like naturally as a forest gnome, and then professionally as a trickster cleric, can I discern whether something's an illusion without actually touching it and interacting with it?
You could either do an Arcana check or you could touch it.
Okay, I will first try the Arcana check. That's a natural one.
No, it looks real to you.
Wow. It's like, and
Yeah, and Bash is over by the cages, like picking up the hay and like smelling it and like doing tracker shit that has nothing to do with this illusion in the corner. So they're like off, invisible, like looking at the footprints and be like, "I'll figure this out. You better watch out." And then
I would make my way back to Diverse as a fellow illusionist, and I'll tell him what I found.
Curious.
It looks real, but it's just so out of place, and it looks so created.
I will walk over to the clean spot and like stomp on it.
And as you lift your skirts and reveal your high-heeled shoe, you stamp on it. The illusion, the crates, the table, the chair, the cobwebs disappear, all except that straw mat.
Oh, I
Ash,
did it. It's pretty
Ash.
good.
What? I feel like they're still here. But where? I don't. Yes? Something?
We found it.
Oh, I mean, I almost found it too. Don't worry. I was heading that way anyway.
Can we
all
take a-
the
take a-
crates disappear?
Yeah,
The
in
crates,
this area.
in this area, so there was like, the way it was set up, there was crates, there was barrels, there was a chair, there was a table. A lot of dust bunnies.
Are there any like doors or entrances that might have appeared?
The only thing that remained was the straw mat.
Bash, could you bash it?
Yeah.
Well, let's just roll it up.
What did I say about using my name that way? That I don't like it. It hurts my feelings when people just see me as an arm that will bash things.
For someone so big, you're pretty soft.
Only around you guys because you're my friends, and
Bash.
I feel like I can be open with you emotionally.
Bash.
And it's important that we
Bash.
have open lines of communication. Arafor, I'm trying to have a discussion with my friend Diveris here. Diveris, thank you for your opinion, but it does hurt my feelings. Now, Arafor, yes.
I just wanted to point out that in the brothel, you talked about divvying up the treasure, and Diveris was very offended by that too. If you're allowed to use divvy up, then he's allowed to use bash, surely.
It's true, and I'm sorry. I forgot that I offended you, and I didn't apologize for that. That is my fault. I am not trying to hold you to a different standard than myself. Here, let me help you. And so Bash just gets down and starts rolling up the straw mat.
Take one sickly but sexy finger and I poke him. I poke Bash. I look at her and I'm like, I enjoyed your pun. Now, carry on.
And so Bash is like down on the ground, like rolling up. And it's like, I just feel like sometimes it's important that we talk more about our feelings.
I disagree.
Murder is one thing, but a healthy emotional relationship with your companions is more important.
What'd you find?
You flick back, or roll up. Sorry, I missed it. I was enjoying myself too much. The mat. And you find a trapdoor. And it smells.
Oh.
Good.
No, bad. It's very bad.
All right. Sorry, the octave raise there. I was like, fresh baked bread and cinnamon. Oh,
No, that's back at the bakery.
yeah. Oh, what awful smell is that?
Mm.
Ooh,
Smell
okay.
of a lead.
Down to the sewers?
Okay. And so Bash just like lifts if it's not like locked, obviously, they'll
Not
just like
locked.
lift it up and peer down first before letting anybody try and crawl down into the obvious murder death pit of corpses or whatever.
So you look down. There is a very crudely dug hole into the ground, mud, a very poorly constructed ladder. You look down a little bit further with your dark vision, and you can see where mud stops. Someone has hammered through stone. There is rushing water, and the smell hits you stronger.
Ooh.
I do need everyone that can smell it to make Constitution save.
Oh.
I have a resistance to poison. Is that?
It's not poison.
No, I know.
Does Diveris still have his sense of smell?
You, all the smoking has burned it away. Oh, great. Okay. Bash rolled a mighty 7 with a +5 to wisdom saving throw. So
The vapors are obviously going up because I got a natural 20. It's like down here, it's okay.
Unnatural 20.
Excellent. So
wow. Of course. Yeah, of course.
even though the smell is there, and you're good. You're good. You have found an entrance to the sewers.
I mean, I probably failed because I got a 7.
I thought you had a 7 + 5.
No. I said with the +5 modifier, I got a 7.
Oh, bash.
Yes.
Yeah. So you begin to retch. And that lovely fruit that you had, and all those lovely sweets you had at the House of Pleasure.
You're so tastes good.
You're fighting to keep on, and you are sick.
From Diveris' perspective, he just sees the thing open and then regurgitated food fly out of nowhere. Bash.
Does that break invisibility?
Does vomiting, is that damage enough to break invisibility? That's the question. Does it do HP?
No.
Okay, all right.
Is any of your breath attacks mixed in there?
I think it is. It's like little small clouds of purple mixed in with half digested sweets. And Bash is like, whoa, food poisoning. Must have been something. Maybe. And she's going to try and play it off like she's been poisoned by the food and not that she was grossed up by the smell and lost her lunch. So if anyone believes her. Anyway, quickly wipes away anything. I mean, no one can see her, but this is what, and she's just like, okay.
I think being used to being in the forest, like, concentrated human waste like this would be a rather unusual thing.
Yeah, she probably just shouldn't have drank that dude's bile when she killed him the other day, but that's fine.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to bring it up. I apologize. I was just
reap what you sow. Reap what you sow.
Okay. So after she's done getting sick, she's like, I'll go down first. And she gets props up the door with a box and climbs down and is wiping away the vomit off of the ladder and things, trying to clean it off while she goes. And is like, okay, it's fine.
Really?
Don't worry.
Really? Please. We don't have time for this.
Bash is embarrassed and she will do this.
And then Diveris will turn to where he thinks Arafor is and goes, okay, do you want to be, I call backsies.
I go to show. Okay, so.
Did I win?
I'm invisible. Sorry, no, bad luck.
Damn it. And then I go to the middle.
Wow, have you ever climbed down a ladder in high heels before? Hard.
No.
It's difficult. I'm just saying. Walking around them is hard enough. Ugh.
I usually just fly.
you gonna fly down, or are you walking down?
No. I will daintily, sexily make my way down.
Okay.
So, someone who doesn't wear high heels, the first time you do wear high heels, it's definitely not sexy. It's more like newborn baby deer. And, like, you lift your legs up far too high than you should be. I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
What I heard is Diverse is as sexy as a baby deer. What I heard.
Well, you hold on to that.
So
Yes, he has all the men fawning over him.
this is an illusion. So I'm not actually wearing heels, but Diverse feels like he is. 8 minus 1, that's a 7.
Plus, you're also second, and there's a little bit of vomit left on the ladder.
Bash will try and catch the falling beauty, much like in Princess Bride. I can be Andre the Giant, and you can be Robin. Here we go.
You don't need to roll from that. That's just a beautiful image. I will just allow it.
This could have been you, Arafor.
Hey, there's always option 3.
How you going down?
I am. Carefully.
And so Basher, sets down Diveris and is going to then walk into the sewer entrance.
Excellent.
Is there any kind of walkway along the side of the water that we can?
Yes, you are on it. Don't worry, you're not actually standing ankle deep in sewage.
Okay, so give away our location.
And Bash is just kind of like, oh, concentrated beans in the same space is terrible. God, I hate it so much. And we'll
Another reason to go home.
Yeah, and look around and try and figure out where the most fresh and obvious tracks are, or if there's anything disturbed one way or the other down what I assume is a two-way tunnel in the sewers.
Yes, left or right.
Right.
Water is flowing left to right as well.
Which would mean out would be right. Okay. So is there any obvious traffic? Like they drug boxes or people one way or the other? Are there drag box or scuffled whatever this is made out of, cobblestone or something?
Look, you can immediately see. So it's not quite cobblestone, it's just like, it's building rock. These are built sewers. And just for namesake, I would like you're going to be searching the sewers left. And I just want you to all roll me a d20. So in your first hour of you searching.
9.
11.
16.
Okay. So you search for an hour. It is now 10 o'clock. You find a strange hand-shaped hole in the wall with a gold symbol painted next to it.
Can Bash... Bash is going to turn to Diverse and say, you're the one with the parchment, right? You said that's all you have in your pack?
Precisely.
If you could keep track of where we're going in this sewer, that would be useful for future endeavors.
I will do my best. And how long did you say we were going? Has it been an hour?
It's been an
No,
hour.
yeah.
Okay, you guys pop back into existence, and I am no longer sexy.
Oh,
I mean,
you
that's
sounded really
that's
sad about that.
Well,
What's the symbol?
Just a symbol of gold. Like money.
Oh, okay.
uh, how would Wanderer impact this? Because I have general recall for settlements
Mhm.
and other features around me. So I'm just curious if this helps me. I'm not saying it gives me advantage. I'm saying for future time, if we don't figure out where we are in the sewers, will I be able to recall anything because of it?
Yes.
Okay, because I have excellent memory for maps and geography, so I just want to. I want the thing that I used in character creation to be useful at some point.
Yeah, no, I will completely. It's a settlement. It's just underneath a settlement.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I think Bash then will take the paper from Diveris and is going to make the map
Okay.
because she is more comfortable with how she gets lost and how she doesn't get lost and how she finds things. So if that's okay with Diveris,
just hand over a quill.
yep, okay. And so
And then that symbol in the wall, was it like, is there like a relief, like something can be put into it, or is just painted on?
It's been painted on.
Oh, I'll touch it.
The picture? Nothing happens.
Does it point in a certain direction? Like you said, the hand.
So there's a hole in the wall that's the size of a hand,
Okay.
and then right next to it, a symbol for money.
And so Bash grabs a gold coin out of their
Right.
pockets, like, this is what happens. And they put their hand or try to stick their hand in the hole because I'm not sure if it's made for dragonborn hands, and just like slots money into the hole.
Bash, you can't remove your hand from the hole.
That's what I thought. I They let go of the money in the hole, and they're like, okay, transaction completed.
You all right there?
I'm fine.
You
My
don't
hand
look fine.
My hand is stuck. I mean, I'm not sure if this is a trap or if my hand is just stupid and big. And by stupid and big, I mean this hole is too small for my hand. Okay, and it's the engineers that didn't think somebody would have a big enough hand to get stuck in their money hole. Okay.
Adaful, you
Yes?
notice that the walls are getting incredibly shiny.
Shiny.
Shiny. Thick with moisture. In fact, they're oozing.
I step back and I was like, Diveris, watch out! Bash, get out of there!
I would love to, my friend. I really would, but this hole, it seems to not want to let me go. And I mean, there will be a point where Bash tries to like rip their hand out of here. Right now, they're just kind of like, you know, that thing where you're like, oh no, wait, maybe if I move my fingers a little bit, it'll be. Is it like this? You're supposed to hold on. Oh wait, and maybe get some spit. You know, got to loop it up to get it out.
Yeah, I was just checking. I don't have any oil. I was going to try and like oil you up. Should have grabbed some in the brothel. Damn it.
Well, my rain catcher's not going to do me any good here either. So, strength check or anything to try and like forcibly remove my hand. Is there anything that I can do?
Yes, of course. Okay. I would also allow for a dexterity check as well.
Bash is much more comfortable with like ripping her hand out of this hole than trying to be deft about it. 24. So that's a natural 20.
Cool. You pull hard. So much so that the rock shakes. But the more strength you put in it, the tighter whatever is holding you is. The walls are oozing lots. In fact, a little bit drips off the ceiling and it sizzles as it lands on the floor.
I would suggest that both of you leave this part of the corridor now.
But
This is not good.
What are you doing? Pull, come on.
I legitimately have pulled with as much might as I can muster, and
What
the only
happened?
thing that's happened is it's tightened around my arm. This is obviously some sort of trap, and
Go the other way. Relax, and I like try and start like doing his shoulders.
I am pretty tense, but I'm not sure if this is the right moment for this.
Diveris is going to take a match, light it, and blow on it, casting Fire Bolt. And he's aiming for the ceiling to make sure no sizzle goop lands on Bash and Aerofor.
So you do this and the firebolt lights up. It does that amazing thing where you light smoke on a ceiling and it spreads out. Everything seems to vibrate. It shrinks, oozes, seeps back into the rock.
I don't think my sacred flames will do much here. And I'll light a torch as well and then try and keep whatever's coming at bay.
So Bash has now given up on just like forcibly removing their hand, and they will actually try and use their dexterity if that's like an option to sort of like. I really just want them to break their own hand and try, but that's not what's gonna happen. Instead, it's gonna be like, okay, what do they?
I will catch you. Remember, relax and cast guidance.
I really don't have any oil or anything. I have water, but water is not a good lubricant.
Yeah, me too.
The shit.
Actually, yeah, you're right. That is not a joke. Bash scoops up muck off of the ground and starts rubbing it onto their wrist. And you're like, you got this, and cast guidance. Oh, look, just in time. The grossest part. Hooray, Karn's here for it.
Let me just quickly fix the cameras. It'll take 2 seconds because I was prepared for this. Oh. Give me just a second, guys. Carry on explaining your grossness.
Yes, more detail. That's what we need.
Yes, the muck from the inside the walkway in the sewer.
Muck.
Yeah, look, whatever it is, who knows?
Shit.
And she just rubs it all over her wrist and tries to get it as close to the rock as possible, and then will try and, move her wrist around to sort of like inundate her hand with it to try and pull it out.
Once again, you pull. You smell. Oh my god. The squelching. You're quite sure it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
But it still tightens.
Okay.
Like you push forward, it loosens. You pull out, it tightens. Kind of like a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And so she's like, okay, if I put my arm in deeper, it lets me. I feel like this probably isn't a good idea. Bash is like, what else? Anybody else have any ideas? Look, I rubbed muck on it to try and lubricate it, and I've also tried to just straight up rip my arm out of this wall. I'm stuck here, and there's acid everywhere.
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Okay.
Just in time, Sprite. Oh yeah.
And you know what? We're going to have a quick break. A quick biro break. So roll me your initiative, give me your answers, and then when we get back, we will kick off battle.
22. Toodle ducks.
22. Anyone get higher than 22?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyone above 15?
No.
All by myself.
Anyone above 10?
Yes.
Okay, what did you get?
12.
12. Diveris, what did you get? 6.
6.
What did you get, Khan?
4.
Right,
High five,
guys. We are going to have a quick break. Go get yourself a drink. Go stretch your legs. Go see some sunshine if it's daytime where you are. We will be back in about 10 minutes. We're just going to grab a drinky, have a chat. And my screen keeps turning off for some reason. And we'll see you in a bit. I can't pause because my screen is off. Yay. Guys, you're gonna be waving for a while.
Bye.
That's fine. I'm into it. Hey, everybody. Hey, goodbye. Take a break and
Everyone, drink up.
Right, give
make
me a while.
sure you're taking your meds. Make sure you're going to the bathroom because it's important.
Sweet home.
Exactly. Right, guys. We'll be right back. Hello! Ooh. Went a bit Mrs. Doubtfire right there. I had a bit too much sugar in the break. Hello, everybody. You are watching the Greyhawk channel. I am your DM for the next couple of hours. DM Gloss and Gadgets, and we are playing Shadow of Vecna. Just before the break, our party descended into a sewer, searched for what they're looking for about an hour, found a really innocuous hole in the wall with money in it. Bash put her hand inside it and is now stuck, and the walls are oozing. And I just got them all to roll initiative, because even though Diveris is doing an excellent job keeping the acid oozing from the roof out of the wall, to your left, to your right, and just across the running water are 3 grey oozes. Top of the round, Arafor. Please unmute.
With something to aim at, sorry, I will cast Sacred Flame on the one that is nearest Bash.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a Dex saving throw, please.
Fair enough, they can. 5?
Nope. Okay, so that is 2d8. This one and this one. Ugh. 3 radiant damage.
Very nice.
So yes, these green, I was a green flame. These green tinged flames starts to roil around the ooze that's coming out of the wall, and singe it just a little bit.
Next up, Bash. Your hand is still stuck in the wall. There is an ooze to the left and right of you. There's one behind you, but you can't see it.
Right. Bash is just kind of like looking around and is like, okay, come on. I mean, look, I put a coin in the slot. I didn't try and take any out. I don't understand. I was just giving the hole what I wanted, which was coins. It's like, put the coin in, get a prize, or a door to the secret underland lair, whatever. And so this is the inner monologue of Bash. Wow. The player is trying to figure out what to do with one hand. Okay, against oozes, because oozes, they're great. I love them. They're my favorite.
Every paladin's mortal enemy, the ooze.
I know. So yeah, I mean, I think with one arm stuck, she is going to turn to her compatriots and say, "My friends, I'm stuck here, and so I'm going to need you to help me." And she's going to cast Bless on all 3 of them. Well, all 4 of us, but they're going to be the ones that use it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 1d4 on every attack roll or saving throw. So just go wild, because I'm not going to do anything.
You can try and escape.
Look, I rolled a natural 20 on my strength check, so
And
I
it made
feel
it tighter.
right. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If I can fail a strength check to see if that works.
Wasn't there a Dex option too?
There was?
Yeah, but I already rolled that, and
Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
and I got stuck again. That was what all the poop was for. I mean, muck. Sorry, not shit, but muck, which could be poop, but who knows? Not Bash when they were rubbing it all over their arm.
Arafo definitely took a moment to snicker at you as you were doing that.
Yeah, well.
It's the Grey Ooze's turn. So the left and right one, Bash, is going to attack you. So that won't hit. Nor will that one. 2 oozing pseudopods come out and lash through. And even though your arm is stuck, you aptly dodge the tentacles. And then the third will begin to sludge its way over to you by going over the ceiling, but it is slow. So, Diveris, you are up.
Okay, so Diverse moves to, as best he can, interpose himself between the ooze that's like crawling on the ceiling towards Bash and his paladin friend. He goes, "Time to shine." And then he's gonna take his pipe, empty it out into his hand, and throw the smoldering ashes as a firebolt, because that's the only damage spell I know. Yeah, that's an unnatural 20 to hit.
Yep, that will. You throw the embers, they form together a nice bolt.
And this flame does 11 damage. And then I will just put one hand on her shoulder and just kind of hold out another firebolt.
Excellent.
That's my turn.
Hey, this is like that. This is like that drawing I did. We're all like formed up, Avengers pose again.
But this time you're in the sewer fighting oozes, not orcs.
Yep.
This time
Way
I'm in
closer.
front.
Yep.
So they said there was one that was kind of coming towards us from the ceiling.
Yep, so there's one left of Bash, one right of Bash, and one crawling across the ceiling towards Bash.
All right.
Sorry, can I just say, ooh, what a feeling, oozing on the seat. I'm okay. Good. I just had to get it out. Sorry.
Yeah. You happy about that? You happy about that spray?
Oh, Jonas.
I would like to, I believe I have 3 more key points left. Yeah, 3 more. Yes. I'd like to use one of my key points.
Mm-hmm.
That way I have multiple attacks here. Can I sort of push against Bash first to kind of like push their arm in deep? Now, I'm thinking like a finger trap. You gotta push in to loosen and then it comes out. So I'm just gonna be like, maybe if you don't push so hard and kind of push them, and that movement sets me so I can whip the one on the ceiling as my first attack.
Okay. Bash, you do feel it loosen.
I've trapped Sprite in enough of these. Don't pull.
Bash has no idea what a finger trap is, so
It's more like an arm trap. Please roll to hit the one on the ceiling. Is your
Thank you.
whip magical?
Is not a magical whip.
Is it counted as a monk weapon?
Yes, it is.
Do you have the ability where your fists are counted as magical weapons?
They full of keys.
No. Okay, you don't have that yet. I have a monk, but they're level 10, and I'm like, when did I get that?
Probably think it's a stunning strike. I am at that 4.
Okay.
I get
Okay. Please roll to hit.
9 plus 6. 15 to hit.
That will.
8. So then do and D4 plus I get the D4 from being blessed. 6, and then the other one plus 2, 8. 8 damage.
That's the one on the ceiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You said you stuff like, get down,
Just
get it.
and then for my other attack, are they the same distance from Bash, or is one closer?
They're the same distance.
I'm gonna go for the one on the left then for my other
Okay.
attack. And with that one, 7, 13.
That will successfully hit. Still with your whip?
Yes, just like this and then like this.
Mm-hmm.
And 7. And do we just, as long as we're blessed, we have the extra D4? I just want to make sure I understand.
Last round, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Plus 8, 11 damage.
Technically, it's a concentration, so it's around as long as I have it for a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Oh, doing math manually. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Top of the round. Out of 4.
Like, Bevan, please help my friends. Help Sprite. Burn this thing! And goes for the Sacred Flame once more.
Sacred Flame is radiant damage, isn't it?
Yes. Do I get an inkling that the torch might do more damage?
Don't know. Have you tried using the torch on it?
I haven't. I was brandishing it, but I haven't used it yet. Can I try like shoving the torch into the one that was next to us?
Into it.
Like like attacking it with it.
Okay, improvised weapon, but no proficiency.
Okay. So just what would that be?
D20 plus either strength or dex modifier. No proficiency bonus.
Okay. So that is 19 on the dice.
You successfully shove your torch into this. Roll me. Fire damage is usually D6s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say 1d6.
Okay. 5.
So you shove your torch in, and it singes around the earth. But it doesn't look like it does as much damage as you think it does.
Should have stuck with. I don't know. I've been having doubts about Bevan recently. He's left me high and dry, but I think yep. Okay. I should never have doubted him.
Next, Bash, who's been pushed into the wall. You feel the trap around your arm loosening.
Right. So Bash, since it's the second time that's happened, is like, okay, if I pull bad, push good, more pushing. And so Bash will just like jam their arm further into whatever this thing is. And see if it loosens up enough to sort of like.
So yes, you put your arm in. You're practically shoulder deep, kind of like what vets do to cows. And yes, totally happens when calving happens. They go shoulder deep in the cow to help. And you feel whatever is constricting you loosen. You can feel it getting wider. It pushes further in until you can no longer feel it against your hand. Do you want to try and pull free?
Slowly.
You don't feel the tightness.
Okay. Man, I really. You know what? No, because Bash isn't me. And as a player, I know what I would do. But Bash is now going to root around in where they were to see if there's something in there.
You do feel you hear the chink of coin and you feel the touch of leather.
Yep. Grabs a hold of whatever it is and is like.
I feel like that should be a check, when you're in the arcade.
Exactly. The only problem is I'm not sure if Bash's grip like strength is as loose as those machines. So grabs it
Oh.
and then just kind of slowly tries to retract it and see what happens.
Okay.
I lost so much money trying to get my son a Spider-Man on Sunday. Don't remind me.
I am actually extremely skilled at those, and it's never about getting a particular one. It's about finding the one that you can actually lift and
Yeah.
getting that. Never pick one that's like, oh look, that one way down there. That's the one. No, you get the ones on the top that are like, I'm mostly loose. You're like, okay. And some of them they rig so you can never get them because they just loosen it so much that it's like, oh, I'm just gonna die.
Yeah, it's like,
Yep, exactly.
Wet noodles.
yeah. It's like a really limp handshake.
It's like
Oh,
Diver's.
Yeah, I don't like those ones. I was watching my friend's kid play one, and it just kind of went.
yeah.
And
no.
I've had handshakes like that, and I'm just like, stop.
That reminds, yeah. Combine that with the chin beard, and you're talking about one of my worst encounters ever. Anyway, back on topic.
Back on topic.
Sorry, anybody that has a chin beard, I apologize. It's just a personal preference. Okay.
Yeah, you drag it out. You have a bag of coin in your hands. You're free.
Totally worth it. Okay, and then is that my turn? So I'm just like, oh, okay, that was less difficult than I thought.
You're free. Is that everything for your turn?
I mean, does that count as like my action?
I would say it's your bonus action.
Okay.
No smiting for you.
Yeah, right. Shocking. Well, I mean, I have like a spell slot, so let's be real about that. Okay. Man, I'm so bad when it's like oozes are terrible. Okay. So I'm free. Cool. Bash like drops the bless and touches Karn on the arm and is like, you can do this. And they're gonna cast magic weapon on Karn. And so
You
her
now have a plus
non-magic,
one. Yeah.
yeah, her non-magical weapons count as magic.
And you now have a plus
and a
one.
+1 bonus to attack and damage.
Mm-hmm. Bless is now down because I do believe magical weapon is also a concentration spell.
Correct.
I know my paladin spells. Anyway. Great Ooze's time! And their quarry is gone. No longer trapped. And first, Great Ooze will attack you, Khan, with a pseudopod for 19 to hit. Yeah, I'm quite sure that's right. And you take 4 points of bludgeoning plus an additional 7 points of acid damage. And I do believe you are wearing non-magical armor. Your clothing starts to sizzle and degrade.
What's armor? I'm a monk.
Exactly. Arafor, you too will be attacked by an ooze. For 20, dirty 20.
Yep.
You two take 4 points of bludgeoning damage plus 7 points of acid damage. And yes, you too. Armor starts to sizzle and degrade. The one on the ceiling will travel forward a little bit more. It is directly above Diveris. It's just going to drop. I would like you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this technically... Oh, sorry. Is this an attack? Or is it just...
No, it just dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
You know what? As this blob drops, even in your crippled, hunched over old man state, you manage to roll out of the way.
I just stumble.
But now you are prone.
Okay.
And it's
How many
going...
bones cracking sounds does Daenerys make when he like stumbles up?
All of them.
Yeah. All right.
and it's going to lash out to you, Khan.
I would like to give this thing disadvantage because I have protective fighting style.
Okay. First one was a 19. This one's a 15 plus 3. 19. For another 4 bludgeoning and 7 acid damage.
Oh no.
Your armor is now partly corroded. You receive a -1 to AC, which I don't know how it works on a monk, but yeah.
I mean, it doesn't work on a monk, does it?
I don't know.
Can I? Yeah, would it be possible
It just
to?
Yeah.
Would it be possible for me to use one to use one of my dodge ability, right?
Your dodge ability.
Well, it's using one of my key points. You can use a bonus actions for 1 key point to dodge, or to disengage and double the distance I can jump.
That's using the dodge action
Yeah.
specifically, but you don't use that action on an enemy turn, do you?
No, you use it on your turn. So
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's like disengaging, or you say I take the dodge action, which will automatically make something disadvantaged. But I did have disadvantage.
Okay.
And that's
I mean-
and that's all for the oozes' turn. They're done.
That's all for the Uzi's turn.
Yeah, that's all there for their turn. So Diveris, it's your turn. You are prone on the floor.
Lovely. Okay. If I do a fire bolt, is it close enough that I have disadvantage, or is there some range, some distance between me and it?
Well, you have 30 foot of movement. You can spend 15 getting up, and you can move 15, and then I would say you are not disadvantaged.
Okay, but if I move away, will it get an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
I will risk it. I will and then leap out of the way.
One of the oozes will take an attack of 16, 17, 18, 19. 19, I do believe that hits you.
My AC is 9. Yes.
Yeah. You take 4 points of bludgeoning and then 7 points of acid.
Okay. And then as I put some distance between me and it, and parts of my robes are sizzling off, and you can see like my forearms are actually covered in like tattoos, and just like the worst tattoos, just like skulls and like barbed wire, just really, really not good tattoos. Fire bolt. That's a 17 to hit.
Which one are you hitting? The one that just attacked you? The one that dropped off the ceiling?
Correct.
Okay. Yep, that will definitely hit.
And that's 8 points of firebolt damage.
Excellent. They're still standing, guys.
Stumble back. That's my turn.
Khan! Khan!
We're gonna do it once a session, I promise. Now that I have a magical quip.
GM, sorry, can we speak out of turn?
Yeah, of course you can. You can
Right,
use it as
I
your
just-
free action.
Yeah, I just want to shout out. It's like we need to just keep some distance. Back up the tunnel.
Okay. You're right, Sprite, and I guess I'll cover everybody. I'll cover you. Like everybody, start moving, and that since I have the magical weapon, just using. I'm trying to write down every time I actually use a key point. I have one left after this. And go to use my whip on 2 of the gooses.
Which one are you hurting? You hitting? I've just labelled them ceiling ooze, left ooze, right ooze. Which ooze are you hitting?
I went for the left one last time, so I'll do the right and try to get rid of the one on the ceiling.
Okay. It's not technically on the ceiling. I'm just calling it ceiling ooze because that's where it was. Okay, so attack right ooze, please.
It was 16 to hit.
Yep.
And
Hail and hooray for D&D.
So +1 is 5.
Sorry, no, someone used what was that?
Oh, hey.
I think that was an alert, and it just like made this really loud noise and said something, and I was like, "What?"
Subscription.
Yeah, thank you for
Got
the
a
sub.
1-tier subscription.
Yeah, thank you for the sub, but you scared the living daylights out of me. Right, how much damage does these take?
4 + 1 + 3, 7, 8, 8 damage.
Okay.
And then
Slashing, yes.
yes.
Excellent.
And then to hit the other one, what does it do? Is that any different than the other times we've attacked?
Doesn't look like it. Apart from fire. Fire doesn't look like it works too well.
Hmm. Oh, well. Rolled high to hit. That was a 15 + 6.
Yeah.
21
That
to hit,
works.
so I had to hit. And then, hiya. Another 8 damage.
This is to left or ooze or ceiling ooze.
Ceiling ooze.
Would you like to describe how you destroy ceiling ooze with a whip?
Ooh. So I go and I make my first attack and I hit him and there's not seeing any difference and I just get mad. I'm like, okay, you guys are gross and you just giant piles of, and I just joink it down from the ceiling and it just like goes.
Excellent. You're still in initiative with right ooze and left ooze still standing. So, top of the round, Adolfo.
Does my cooking kit, like my mess kit, have salt in it?
So, as far as I'm aware, a mess kit has a cup. It's kind of like a square tin that you can cook with. I've seen these in the army. And then you have some, you'll probably have a spork with a knife on the other end, or chopsticks, depending on how you think, and probably a little thing to carry condiments. Yes, you would probably have a little thing that carried condiments and sauce, because I have that in my pet lunchbox. And yes, you carry some salt. Are you thinking that they're like slugs?
Yes. So, can I back up? I want to back up, and
if you back up, you will get an opportunity attack. Because it's a fresh round.
I don't know. I mean, what's everyone thinking? I think we need to keep them at range and just blast them with spells and keep moving out. How fast did it look? Right?
No, they're very slow. They're very slow.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna take the risk the opportunity attack, back away.
Okay.
And as I back away, I just want to pour my salt out in a line across.
I lost my dice. It's gone. Completely.
Goodbye, dice. Goodbye.
That dice is gonna hate me.
been dice knowing you.
Because I am a
Collector
dice
surprise
collector,
roll.
and I have lots of them. And now my headphones are stuck. I can't hear anything.
When that
There we go.
dice is found, we should insist that that's the dice they use to roll with because they
From
hate
now on.
now. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, what's that?
No.
None of your concern, DM. Mhm.
It's alright, this is recorded, I'll just look later.
Good luck.
11, 12, 13, 14.
That misses.
Ah,
So,
change of dice. These ones have got unicorns on them.
nice. We had a wild magic surge conjure up a unicorn in the middle of a fight last week.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I would like to move away, and as I move away, I would of course, the only way you can is to draw up my salt and try and pour a line across the walkway between us.
I just understood what you were doing. Okay. Okay, cool, you can do that.
I hate it.
Is salt bay a bonus action or a full action?
Salt Bayer, I would say, is a bonus action.
Yes. Okay, so sacred flame while I'm at it.
What are you doing, sorry?
So, sacred flame as well, please.
Okay, cool.
I just grab my amulet.
Oh, my dex save, right?
Dex save, please. Yeah.
That was a natural 1.
Yay.
These dice hate me.
Ooh, that's better. 13 radiant damage.
Are you doing this to left ooze or right ooze?
The one that was right on me, the one that was going to attack me as I
would say that's right ooze. 13 points, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Bash, it's your turn.
So, as everybody is retreating, Bash sort of is like, stay behind me and attack from range, if that's what you must do. And Bash sort of like steps over the salt and is like, do you think we're fighting ghosts? I don't understand. And will grab a wooden javelin out of their bag and just be like, okay. And so they're just going to
Sponsor it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And just sort of like poke them and try and keep them away from the three as they do like distance attacks from behind them. So I will attack whatever one's closest to me with a javelin, which is amazing. Don't worry, everybody. It will go well. 11. Oh, 2 11s. So I imagine that misses.
No, they do both hit.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Are you separating your attacks onto both of them?
No, just one. I'm just poking at one of them and be like, "Argh!"
Okay.
So it's, okay. Max damage. So 10, 18 damage.
Bash, would you like to describe how you poke an ooze to death?
So yeah, Bash is just like interposing and being like, and like steps over the salt and is like, what is going on? And just sort of like sticks in and it gets stuck and sort of like whips it out and chunks of it sort of fly and then merges back together and then a sweep around with the end of it again and sort of just like slices it like in the front. So like as you would cut skin, it just sort of like separates like that in the front of its body and it just kind of like
Lovely. Cool. One left. Ooze's turn. And the one Ooze that is left standing is Left Ooze. Left Ooze. I'm going to give you all a number and roll me a d4.
Across the line.
Diveris is far away. Bash is far away. Alifor is far away. Khan, you are not far away yet. It's alright, I changed dice. I might miss.
But I'm behind the salt.
Oh, you're behind the salt.
Yeah.
When did you get behind
Technically,
the salt?
I'm in front of everybody, so yeah.
Okay.
Karn moved to use the whip, and they're
Okay.
back the other three. So
Okay.
it would be
Well,
most.
the ooze will move its very slow 25 foot towards you. It goes over the salt. It doesn't fizz.
We wasted salt.
And yet I was hoping that it would for some reason. I don't know why.
Me, you know what? I'm the DM and me too.
And sorry, what do you mean very slow 25 feet?
Very slow, very slow. Right.
It's full speed. What are you talking about?
Anyway, Bash, since you're in front, it's coming for you. For a 9.
That is a miss.
Yeah, and that's it's all for its turn. Diveris. This is your moment to shine.
We'll see. This long, gaunt, spidery hand creeps out from like behind your ear, Bash. Just feel it grow hot for a second, and I cast Fire Bolt with the natural 20.
Well done. Roll the damage.
It's a 16 doubled if you do that. I forget how we do it.
I do that. So this had 5 HP.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to describe for me how you completely incinerate this ooze? And I think sterilize the section of this sewer?
I like to imagine that it hits and then it begins to like shrivel off into like one of those classic movie type things like I'm melting. But like without the voice, it's just like the curls inwards, and I just like pull my hand back from Bash's ear.
Arafal's like just peeking around. He's like, "Ooh, salt bake."
You can go grab your salt bag now.
I am not eating that. Okay, that's all I'm doing.
Let me just check my timetable.
Also, I'm really glad that Bash doesn't have a beard like I do, because if a hot sizzling hand came that close to their face, you would set their beard on fire. I'm just gonna say, be aware of your surroundings with magic, people.
Bash, behold, even a seasoned foe is no match for us.
Bash is intentionally ignoring you while they like look in this pouch and hope that there's something in it more than just gold coins.
Well, funny you should mention this, because you hear the jingle of coins. But on closer inspection of the bag, it's a bag of holding.
This is where they were hiding.
Bash immediately throws it into the sewer and says, "We don't need that. That's fine." Just kidding.
Did you read my tweets? You read my tweet, didn't you?
I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. To be honest, yes. That is where that inspiration came.
God damn it.
All right. Waterfall, sewage, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, no. So Bash is like, "What is this?" And hands it over to Diveris and is like, "It seems magical." Like, you're the magic person. Just tell Bash what it is.
What I assume I would recognize it.
Yes, the bags of holding, they're very common, but they're also very recognisable with their very detailed meh. No.
No, well.
This.
So, who is the holder of the bag of holding? Then is the question. Who wants to be the crew mule? Anyone? Karn, you are muted. By the way.
I was saying, hopefully not. You're the one holding the bag of holdings that you want to go toss it in. So,
What is this trash?
Kern will catch it midair and be like, "I wish you would." Now, Karn's the holder of the bag of holding.
So yeah, whoever wants to hold it, we can now store all of our sweet whatever loot plus people.
I think Karn should have it because Karn has the best movement.
True.
So I am now holding the bag of holding.
Nice. Let's see what kind of junk can I just dump on you to put in there. Rain catcher, I don't need that. Healer's kit.
This is not your purse. And then I kick you in the shit.
I mean, literally, that is what Bash is doing. Is like reaching into their bag and like navigator's tool, climber's kit. They're like, do I need to carry this or can I just give this to Karn? And Karn is like, oh, you can.
Like you're that one friend that brings a decent bag to the club, and all your friends bring the stupid clutch purse. And they're like, can you help
Exactly.
us?
Somehow you now have 7 Big Macs in your purse for the movies. You're like, I just wanted a purse, you guys.
Yeah.
And 8 phones, 12
Yep.
lipsticks, about 4 different kinds of perfume. Like you could set up shop in the toilets and be like, pounds, madam.
Yep. Exactly. Can you hold like a 2-liter of soda in there or something? 'Cause it's important.
When we want to move faster, can I kangaroo pouch in there?
Please don't get lost inside of the bag of holding. I don't know if I could get you out of there.
I can't breathe.
mean,
I can't breathe.
You would eventually
Suffocate.
run out of air in there.
Of air,
Okay,
you
so-
suffocate.
So yeah, kangaroo pouch. Just let Joey.
Can I?
You can't
That's
have
like
space out.
purposefully dangling out of it. That's the only way I can work it.
Can I reach into the bag and just think of a healing potion? Just like,
You can, and I want you to roll me a D100 while you do it.
Oh no! Please, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be a unicorn, but like a bad unicorn.
ooh,
And
Nine.
now
They can heal.
Yeah.
96.
you do find not 1 potion of healing, but 3. They're all kind of like tied together on a string, like fish.
Is there a price tag on it? It's like one.
I will distribute them to the others. Gifts.
From the bag.
And then you put it right back in.
Oh, sorry, I'm so hot and sweaty. I'm just gonna blot.
So we are moving leftways as people are sorting out their health. I mean, Bash didn't get hurt at all, so you guys can drink those potions or do whatever. I have no spells, so I'm not going to be healing anybody. I have like 10 points of lay on hands if you need 10 HP, but
So I've got some fun things. I'm not going to have you do loads of rolls, but I'm just going to describe fun things that you find in the sewers as you're searching. And this will be another hour. So, you found the hole, you carry on travelling. You find a small side tunnel, and it has an unusual coloured liquid oozing from it. And now if you want to stop and investigate anything from it, you can.
Yeah, I'll give that a look.
You carry on, and you find a waterfall coming down from higher up. The water moves fast here, and the footing is quite treacherous.
is this the different colored stuff? Is
No,
this
no,
where-
no. This is a different place. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm explaining.
Air. Oh no, I mean
explaining
Air
things you find.
Force. Okay, so
Yeah,
Air
did
Force
I-
said they wanted to investigate that.
Oh, you want to investigate the weird coloured ooze, the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you find a small side tunnel, and just to describe it, it's just like a small hole, and like it's got a little thing, and it just like trickled down the wall, and then it meets the main cavern. It's a funny purple colour.
I like purple.
It doesn't smell good.
No.
You look into the hole and you see glowing mushrooms.
Guys!
What is it, Sprite?
Mushrooms, look.
I perk up.
Sewer mushrooms.
We've come full circle.
Could this be the high that the wizard was looking for the whole time? Find out on the next episode. Diveris gets messed up.
I will point out, Diveris is a high elf.
All right.
You happy about that?
I'm satisfied.
Mushrooms got us into this mess. Mushrooms is the key to getting us out.
Please don't.
Recognize these?
Yeah, can I do I know anything about this kind of mushroom?
Would any of you been in the Underdark?
No.
Unlikely.
No.
You might have read about it, so I would say anyone who wants to try and think about these mushrooms can do so by rolling a history check at disadvantage.
Okay. History at disadvantage.
I'm just going to grab out the abyss because I can't remember.
Also, PSA to everyone out there: do not do mushrooms in a sewer. I'm just saying that. No hallucinogens. It's
It's not gonna be good.
the sewer. It's just so you know.
I remember them right at the front.
These player knowledge, is this my condids?
No, they're not my mids.
I love those.
Yeah, they're cute.
Bye. With disadvantage, I got a 15.
There we go.
Yeah, you got a 10.
18.
Yeah, and
Don't
Bash
know
is not rolling. They don't.
Yeah, I don't know these city mushrooms.
Okay, so none of you rolled high enough. I found it, but none of you rolled high.
I mean,
Sorry.
I rolled high.
Did you?
No.
I was about to
Sorry,
say.
I rolled
I was
like-
like, I swear I didn't hear anyone get higher than an 11.
18.
Oh, you did? Oh, Diveris.
Yeah.
I didn't say. Sorry, I missed you. I apologise. You know these to be fire lichen. You know these could be ground up and fermented into a hot, spicy paste, which is spread about on spore bread or added to soups. Also, Volo's guide to, the Underdark told you. I don't know if Volo exists in Greyhawk. He does now. He's a planar traveller.
We call him Golo.
He goes by many names: Molo, Tolo, Catolo, someplace weird.
Well, Mordenkainen's here, so he could be here too.
I will relay that information, and if anyone wants to grab some, they're welcome to, but Diveris will not.
Because they're sewer mushrooms.
I mean, Bash
What's
will.
that? The first thing we put in the bag of holding? I thought so too.
Bash will definitely grab some and be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
spices. I love spicy
they're
food.
good for cooking, and just like reaches in and grabs some.
Yes, because continuing to reach into things.
Bash is
And
very
your hand gets... No, joking.
mushrooms. They's got me again.
I wasn't
Ooze,
doing
ooze,
that.
ooze.
Yeah. Why?
You guys are just gonna like skip over and be like, well, look, we're doing what we set out to do, picking mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. Put them in the bag.
Yeah, and like we'll say,
I still prefer to go back to the forest ones. They're yummier.
All right. So now we have some fire lichen mushrooms. Well, I mean fire lichen that we can cook up some spicy food with. Nice.
Cool. Sewer gross spicy mushrooms. Sure.
Look,
Fertilizer, fresh fertilizer. This is
Yeah.
prime soil.
please. What do you think hallucinogenic mushrooms grow in most of the time? Mm-hmm.
Really?
My stomach.
Yeah. Oh. That's bad. That's something you need to get checked out.
You need to
Why
see a
you look-
druid.
Do I look like a poster boy of...
Okay, we are now onto the waterfall, I assume.
Yes, so you
That you had
carry on
mentioned.
exploring.
Now, is each one of these items an hour?
No,
Like,
no.
track-
So
Oh, okay.
this is 1 hour and you find these things.
Okay.
So this is a waterfall that falls down from higher up. The water moves fast here and footing is treacherous. It's quite mossy. There's also, it gets a little bit narrower on your walkway. I'm not going to have you do dex checks here.
Is there, because we dealt with an illusion earlier, Bash is going to be like, should we walk behind the waterfall and see if there's a door or something? And Bash does not wait for the party to not respond to this statement. And it's just like,
Is it water or is it more sewage?
It's more water, less sewage, but still sewage water.
Gotcha. I was just gonna like poke my head through. I was like, oh, nope.
Bash walks around, like behind it and checks it out to see if there's anything interesting.
So behind there, iron bars block the tunnel, and debris covers the lower half.
Well, now Bash is curious and begins to move the debris away from the iron bars to see.
So you see that as you move the debris, this iron bar can actually be moved out of the way, allowing you to pass.
Okay, so Bash turns to the others and like, it looks like there's an easy access this way. I get a sense of like, is this new or is it old? So like,
Bard's gonna go
would the
over.
cultists have been like using this, or is it kind of like nobody's been here?
I would say the bars are rusted, but the way the debris was, it was placed deliberately to cover the very fact that you could just slide this bar out.
Okay. So Bash relays that information. It looks like this was placed here, much like that illusion spell, to sort of look like an area, but it looks like we could go this way. But I don't know if you want to go further in before we get
This
sidetracked.
could be an access point. I'm for it.
Arafo would like to take advantage of the sound of the waterfall muffling sound and like just whisper to Sprite. Sprite, should we give Bash a scare?
Now is not the time. So yes.
So Bash, as you're clearing the rubble and you lift it out of the way and to where the bar is, and once more bubbling from between the rocks, grey ooze.
And Bash is like, ugh, what? It's another trap, and like grabs their javelin. Is like, ah, and like will bring it down in like a stabbing motion. Not again.
You just around and like Karn and Arafo are just cracking up.
And the javelin actually, like, since it doesn't hit anything, like snaps in half on the ground and it breaks. And they're holding it in their hand, and you both are like, ah, and they're like,
The second it break, Karn is like,
You killed it. Good job.
Suddenly,
oh, okay.
you hear the patter of 1,000 tiny feet. High-pitched squeaking. You turn to a left and you see shadows flickering across the wall. Before, around the corner, practically a tidal wave, is thousands. Thousands of rats charging towards you. Some fall off into the water. Some are trying to climb up. They're heading straight for you.
Into the tunnel.
Oh no, I'm running. By the time you went into the...
Yep. Yeah. Bash has thrown away the javelin, sees the rats, and just like lifts up the bar and just is waiting for everyone to go through before they do. Because they're the largest, and so they may have the hardest time squeezing into the bars.
Yes,
And
they are more human-sized to get through. But Bash, there's water here. You shimmy through. And as you watch, you see what can only be described as molten rattage come round the corner. Some fall into the water. You see them swept away. They go around the corner. They disappear into smaller tunnels, little nooks and crannies. After they have passed, I would say 5 minutes or so, you hear rough talking in a language I don't think any of you speak. No, none of you speak.
No, well, what Draconic? It's not Draconic.
It's not Draconic, no.
Celestian.
It's not Celestial.
Infernal.
Or Abyssal.
Dwarven.
Can I minor illusions cover the entrance to the tunnel?
Yes, you may.
It's not infernal, is it?
It's not infernal.
Okay.
What comes round the corner is a large posse of orcs. You count 5 orc marauders, 2 orc eyes of Grumush, and finally 3 orc red fangs of Chagras. Turn down to where you left and go further into the city. The time now is midday. Just double checking, that is the right time. Quite sure it's midday, it was 10 o'clock. Then you searched for an hour.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff
It was
was at
11.
11.
And
Yeah.
then you search for an hour again. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock.
Okay. So 12 p.m. Orc Pack. Okay.
Would Karn and I have come across orcs in the forest?
Yes. Although, there's orcs in where you guys are from. There are orcs in the cities and half orcs. And while you could describe these orcs as wearing tribal clothing, it's not savage. In fact, it looks very beautiful, very well made, but it's made out of furs, it's made out of wood. Their armour seems to be woven out of some hard substance that you can't quite recognise just at the quick glance that you got. They were very well equipped, but also looked ancient at the same time.
Bash turns to the group and says, I think we've encountered these orcs before. The ones that burst out of the sewer in the middle of town. Maybe not these particular ones, but we now see where they're coming from, at least in a general area.
Yeah, how big a party was that came from the sewers before? Was it the same makeup?
Massive. It was massive.
Yeah. Right. It was way more. I mean, they spilled out. This is just them getting into position. But yeah. So, do we follow them, or do we continue hunting down the House of Pleasure?
This could go one of two ways. I could scout. You guys could continue going, and I meet back up with you, and I go invisible and follow them just to see if they go to someplace that we haven't gone to yet, and I can double back and get back in touch with you guys and meet up.
Is Karn a wanderer too? I can't remember. What's your background? Because one of you is a wanderer, right? As well as me. Is it Arafor?
I think both of us were.
It was both you guys, and then you guys raised me, so kind of.
Okay. Because if you do that, Bash is gonna. They've been like meticulously in like some scrap paper that they got from Diverse. Well, parchment, like probably nice parchment. I don't know if he splurges on nice paper and like a quill to like make a map of where we're going because of like the wandered background that we have. And I think Bash is torn because she doesn't want you to leave, but she also needs more information. So she's like, and also she's feeling self-conscious because.
And it's the same way, like they're holding on to you guys. Like I could go follow them,
Right.
And
So so Bash like hands you over the map that she started to make and like the quill that she was using or whatever, and is like, if you follow them, figure out where they go, but don't engage them. Just keep track so we can have this for later. And she hands that to you, and she turns to Arafor and she says, "If that's okay with you, I feel like Karn needs to do this so that we can spread out our information gathering at least."
I mean, we need to figure out what's going on as quickly as possible. But Karen, save your magics. I can help you keep stealthy.
Do you two want to go together then?
Well, I'll slow them down.
I know, but I feel
Khan's way more stealthier than me.
Okay.
And Beoven can watch over her. Them.
Fine. Well, let's go then. And so Bash is gonna again touch Karn and squeeze and be like, "Be safe, be swift, and remember, we don't see each other again. I'll see you on the other side." And we'll kind of go down turn away quickly after saying that and wait for the other two to sort of follow them down the tunnel away from where Karn's going to go.
I'm waiting until Diverse has followed Bash.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to Karn, look at them and go, "Would you prefer to go unseen?"
I think that would be best.
Diverse is like, I've got this. Are
you sure?
Yeah, old family trick.
I offer Karn a hit of the pipe, and then walk away. Okay, careful! It's on fire.
Karn's just like, oh, this is like back in them pillows.
And then I leave the two of them.
Simpler times. Mm-hmm. Hey, Khan. Don't go any nearer than you need to. Okay? This is like that time when, this is not just like a random hunter in the forest, okay? This is like that time that word of the sprites of the forest got around and they came with that band of people looking for us. Okay? And I've seen orcs like that before. They've got magic too.
I'll stay unseen. I will stay quiet, and I am just for information. No noise, I promise.
Yeah. And he just puts a hand up on her forehead and he's like, "And Beoven go with you." And I'll put Blessing of the Trickster on her. Then.
That all sounds good. Sorry, I'm just checking something.
What all does Blessing of the Trickster give me?
Just gives you advantage on stealth.
Thank you. Advantage, stuff. The guard is just gonna, like, after you do that, they'll be like, of course. I'm being blessed by you, Sprite.
Be safe. And
Never.
if you don't see you at the statue,
Unfortunately.
well, I mean, it's always nice to get the do-over. Anyway, it's going to take me a while to catch up with those guys.
Go, go.
Okay. Khan, we will do you first because you will be the quickest, and then we will jump back to the guys in the cult. Okay? So you follow the orcs who are travelling through the city. Here are some more things for you to note on your journey. At one point, the tunnel runs into a circular drop shaft, wider than the tunnel that you are in. A pair of chains hang from above. As you push forward, the tunnel changes in height significantly. It's about 4 foot.
Okay.
An unusual smell increases in strength.
Could you repeat that?
I said, an unusual smell increases in strength.
Yeah.
But there's no fire around you, so I can't describe the rest.
Would I be able to use if I minor illusioned?
You're paused.
Accidentally muted myself.
Yeah.
If I accidentally do, if I do minor illusion of any type of fire, would it be? Would I still be light technically?
No, it wouldn't perform. It wouldn't behave in the same way.
I don't think I. Well, I mean, I have a dungeoneer's pack because that comes with torches.
Do you really want a light torch when you're supposed to be hiding and stealthing?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The adventure in me does, but the person who realizes my situation does not.
You see the orc pack meet up with 2 others who come from other directions.
Can I overhear them?
They're speaking a language you do not know.
Sorry.
There's your orc pack.
Like that senator and the kid goes.
Protective spirits.
Pay no attention to this.
You follow them for about another hour before they get to a manhole cover and a ladder. You see them put up several other ladders and ropes before they climb up and spill out into the city. But before they do that, you do hear a strange war cry that almost sounds like a roar of a dragon. It was almost as if this was the cue.
Okay. Is it just like everywhere, or do I actually hear what side of me it's coming
It
from?
sounded like it was coming from above. It was so loud.
And what are their reactions to that noise? Are they like getting ready now, or?
No, so like they were getting ready, they heard the noise, they went into action.
And they went into action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. This is the time I think would be good for me to GTFO.
I would say so too. I need you to roll me a stealth check against their perception.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Okay.
I rolled a 3. Their perception is +2. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5. I rolled 12 plus a 6. I rolled 18.
Okay, yeah, you managed to sneak away.
Just
Now, don't mind me, I'm just checking my timeline table. So, that took you about an hour. So. Brilliant. You travel, back to the rest of the party, you travel down a dark, dank sewer. There is nothing of interest here. You carry on, you carry on, you carry on for what seems like ages. It's only been 10 minutes, to be honest. And then you reach a dead end. But there is an infernal stench.
What do we see around us?
Just a dead end?
Just the dead end.
Just a dead end?
Bash will immediately do a little divine sense there to see if
Yeah,
there's
you can.
anything.
Bash, just beyond this dead end, you sense 6
Oh.
demons.
Okay. So Bash turns to the party and it whispers like, "That smell. I can sense demons, 6 of them beyond this." And she's like, "Illusion, maybe, I can't tell. Be careful." And so Bash is gonna slowly like walk towards the dead end and wait for Diveris and Arafor to do something, because Bash is just kind of like, "This way is fiends. We're gonna go this way."
So you started walking away.
I'm
Walking
walking
towards
towards the dead end, and so
Towards
towards where the demons are, and letting you guys know, hey, there's demons over here, because if we're gonna figure out what this blood ritual is for, at this point, Bash is just thinking like, Karn's on a mission to get us more information. We also need to find information, not demons. We'll just go this way. So yeah, straight towards them. You know, shield and trident ready to go. Like,
Can we examine the dead end?
You certainly can. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw.
Yeah,
Is it against magic?
it is.
Excellent. That is a 17.
Anyone else rolling?
I will actually cast Disguise Self and make myself look like Gretz.
Actually look like Gretz or hunched over Gretz?
The best that I can. Like,
I am the Prince of Pleasure. Sorry. Okay. And is this a required thing? So do I need to roll it? I
No,
thought it was
it's not required. I was just making, before I started opening my trap and started talking, I just wanted to know if anyone else was rolling. 17.
Opening what now? Sorry.
My trap.
Go ahead.
I am not. I'm just sort of like bracing because I don't know.
It's still a wall.
Okay.
So Bash keeps moving forward and like looks back, and Arafor is just like,
Everfor, any word? Illusion?
I don't know. I felt something kind of wash over me, but there's just a wall there.
Did you touch it?
I reach out a hand towards it.
Well, I'm asking, not suggesting.
Yeah.
Are you touching it?
Yep.
Hand goes on it. And then through it.
Okay. As soon as it starts to go through the surface, I like pull back.
Bash sees you pull back and is like, "Here we go," and just like shield first. Yeah.
No, I will grab Bash.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I will wet noodle Bash.
All right.
Yeah, R4 as well. Like my strength is my dump stat as well. Just like
Bash is used to the wet noodles slapping back, and is like, "Okay, fine," and like scuttles backwards. Do you have a plan?
Allow the Prince of Pleasure.
And then I don't think Bash knew that this is what you did, and so like, yeah, of course, no problem.
And then right before I walk through the wall, I will say, if Khan shows up, try and hold them back.
Nice.
And I walk through the wall.
I just feel like I'm really slow on all the jokes today. Like they take me just a couple of more seconds than everyone else. You walk through the door.
Can I put up my hood on my cloak and just like kind of like put my arms in the cowls and like follow behind, like trying to look as cultist as possible?
If that's what we're doing, the apocalypse cloak comes out, I guess. Bash is like, all right, here we go, and like puts on the whole thing and just like. Domine Patrie. Anyway. Yep.
You walk through the illusioned wall, and on the other side, you see several. I'm going to call them just occupi, because they are neither female nor male in appearance, so they're just occupi. And several, what are these things called? Dretchers. One of the occupi spots you, Prince of Pleasure. What brings you here?
I've come for a personal update on the progress of our mission. Pray you do not disappoint.
We heard that the gates fell and now the humans are praying instead of the ritual of ascension. They are now praying for demonic aid. This is why you're here, Lord.
And the others? What wretched business are they up to?
Others?
The other demons.
Will we wait on your order, my lady?
It is time that we attack the orcs and take back what is ours. They shall not encroach on our land.
I will pass on that.
Be swift and make carnage reign.
Woo! Oh boy. I mean,
Civil War. While we fix it.
Persuasion.
Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Can I do guidance?
No.
Okay.
That is a whopping 8.
Oh my god. Why are you doing this? It's fine.
You know what? No hint of a lie, I did set the DC to 5. Because you only kind of said one thing that was a little bit off. But you look the part. And with that, the Occupi depart with their little dretch buddies to spread on the word of Gratz. And now, all that lies before you, unguarded, is a door. It is bolted from the outside, your side.
Okay. So Bash whispers, and I think she thinks it's a whisper, but really it is not. She's like, "Nice. That was pretty impressive. I'm surprised." And walks towards the door to sort of unbolt it.
And Arfo's like, yeah, you really look the part. Whew.
And
He even sounded like one.
I relax back into my hunch.
It's so much more comfortable this way. Oh, you straight spines.
That's what I'm saying.
It's an aesthetic choice.
How do you know I'm a wizard?
Someone understands. All right, the rest is up to you guys. I've done my piece.
Spent.
All of it's gone. Well, it's good because we better die pretty soon because now I'm officially out of spells. So
Yep.
I'm like, here we go, Trident, me and you, buddy.
Are you opening the door?
I am. Yeah, Bash immediately was just like, what's here?
I'll be peering around his leg.
As soon as the door is opened.
Ferris, do you want to check it first? Because you can, but Bash is not checking.
It's too late.
Yep, there you go.
Bash, would you?
So,
Man.
Every time.
I'm just trying to roll 7d6.
That's fine. I have that much HP. No problem.
So as soon as you open the door, it's like you hear it opens with a creak. There's a mechanical click, and all of a sudden you just see white. I need everyone who's by Bash and Bash to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
No.
And this is impacting everybody in the room.
Yep.
Okay. Wait, I can't use Shield Master to protect myself. This is awesome, actually.
You do not have your shield in your arm.
I do have it in my arm, but I can't use it if the dex has to impact only me, so it can't be something that everybody's trying to avoid.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's how I read it and understand it. If
Oh,
you
okay.
want to let me do it.
I mean, I would allow you to do it because I see the dex save as you trying to roll out of the way, unless you're using your dex save to protect everybody. And if you roll out of the way and you crouch behind your shield, like Leonida does when it rains arrows, then that's how I read it and that's how I play it.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
But it's all in the intention of your dex save. So would you dex save
well,
to help others, or would you dex save to help yourself?
I mean, I'm dex saving to help everybody else. So I storm in, and then I'm like, oh, it's a trap, of course. And Diverse is like, boy, do you do this every time? And so, yeah, I feel like the shield comes up and it's just trying to absorb the blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that would still work, but everyone else still needs to do their dex save.
Right.
Because this is a fiery blast trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did everyone roll?
18.
Okay, you succeed, Bash.
Natural
22.
20 -1.
Everyone succeeds. Thus, you take half of 31 points.
Except
fire damage.
Bash and I take 0.
You, you've got both Shieldmaster?
We both have
Okay.
Shieldmaster. We're both
Excellent.
like... So Diverse is the only one left.
I'm looking rough.
Thank goodness
He's a
gave...
very singed little Prince of Pleasure.
Good thing you have that bag of holding with all those health potions. Oh, wait. Did you take one out? You have one, right? Anyway, Bash, like...
Bash?
You know, there's, like, smoldering heat coming off of the shield, and, like, you smell the smell of, like, cooking scales as the arm that was holding the shield is just, like, burning. And she's like, well... I really feel like someday you guys are going to stop me from just opening every door that we come across. This is on you, I think, this time. And maybe in the next cycle, I won't just open this door. Maybe. I don't know. I can't promise anything. And, like, turns to Diverse, and Diverse is just like, not in the mood for Bash's, like, jokes, because Airfloor and Bash are fine. And then,
Ariful's head kind of pokes out from behind his shield, and he's like, Diverse. Perfect smoky eye.
And
I got that one.
Yeah. So I'm going to use, because I don't have any spells left, but I do have Way on Hands, and I only have like 10 points of it. So I'll just touch Diverse and be like, I'm sorry. There you go. And, like, grabs him by the ruff of his neck and shakes him a little bit, and then you get, like, 10 hit points back. But that's just as much as I can do until I have spells.
Excellent. And so you step through the entrance. There are no more traps. And actually with that, you enter a small room filled with braziers, burning sweet-smelling coals, and banners with intricate symbols. And as you enter what you possibly think could be the House of Pleasure, the home of the Cult of Pleasure, it is here we will end our session.
We've gone so long without dying.
I know. I'm seriously disappointed. There's no more spells. What am I gonna do?
At this point, I'm terrified.
You could just kill yourselves. So there's nothing stopping you.
What do you think Bash walking into doors is all about? You think that?
No, there's no honor in that.
Stop
no honor
making
in that.
saves then.
Stop making saves.
So yeah,
Except-
Daenerys had to leave. FYI.
Yeah. So next time we're here, if we get back here with like no spells, next time Bash is just gonna throw open the door and just like take me.
Please.
Stop the madness.
Princess.
What am I at without any sort of smite? Sigh.
Babies.
So yes, there we will end our session. Oh, thank you everyone for watching and coming and taking part and chatting to us. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. My party still has not died. It has been 3 sessions since the last character death. So we're going to go around the table. I'm going to go first because I didn't get to go. And we'll just say who we are, where you can find us on the internet, and yeah. So of course I'm Glass and Gadgets, your DM this evening. You can catch me later on the Greyhawk channel on Fridays playing Ghosts of Siltmarsh, DM'd by DM Shane and DM Grinjack. Heavenly is also in there, and Trooper, and that's really really fun. And when I'm not here, I'm over on my home of home on Gold Art Gaming, where we're just pretty much a D&D stream. We're currently playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist this week, and our sponsored game, Dark Matter by the Pan Dimensional. So that's going to be really really fun. And that's it for me. If you want to find me on any social media, it's at Gloss and Gadgets. Like, that's pretty much it. And we will go to Khan, because we didn't hear from Khan this morning, because Khan was late.
Hi everybody, I'm Honey Buns. I play Karn. You can find me on Twitter at Honey Buns, on Twitch at Battlescar Bunny. Other than being here with all of these lovely people on Wednesdays playing our Shadow of Vecna, I am also a Gold Heart baby. And on alternating Saturdays and Sundays, you can find me over there. On Saturdays playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and on Sundays playing Pan Dimensionals. We're in trouble, we're on fire, and we're in space. Other than that, on on my Twitch channel at Battlestar Bunny once again, I'm going to be starting the Summer of the Dead. Starting July 12th and every Friday on, I will be playing through the entire Walking Dead Telltale series from season 1 to season 4. It's all over. Everything's finished, and I'm ready to cry. Come check me out.
Sorry, I can't really see Twitch. I'm just gonna go around and say, out of 4, you can go next.
Okay. Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching us traipse through the sewers here. It was another great session. I am Phoenix Iwaki on Twitter, and you can always catch me over there. I'm always happy to talk about D&D because I love it very, very much. So thank you once again to our lovely DM, Leonie, thank you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, matane.
And last but not least, Bash.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rand. I play Bashir Kavakan, the person who just likes to walk through things. That's me. Thank you very much to our DM and to the fellow players, not only in providing great role-playing, but also putting up with everything that I do in this character. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have a big internet presence. Shelve the Books on Twitter is where you can find my ramblings. But if you are looking for quality Twitch content, please check out Rose Artemis and Randomly Generated, JENN. And they both have active streams on Twitch, and they're great at creating not only D&D content, but also just entertainment. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time.
Yep, so make sure you stick around later today, because I think it's Path of the Plains tonight. And then tomorrow we have Hidden Shrine of Tamo-chan at 4:30 p.m. EST. And then at 8 p.m. EST we have Starlight Society, that's Thursdays. On Fridays, come join me and the team as we play Ghosts of Saltmarsh at 2 p.m. EST. Then at 5 p.m. EST it is The Old Faith. And then at 8 p.m. EST it is Saltmarsh Stories, not to be confused with Ghosts of Saltmarsh. And then on Saturday we have Seekers of the Scorpion Crown at 4 p.m. EST, and at 8 p.m. EST we have Who Are the Monsters. I do believe that's everything. I haven't missed anybody out. If I have, I'm sorry guys. Till then, stay tight, stay safe, and we'll till next time. Take care, bye. I'm trying to find OBS tag.